Hey guys, I need a haircut. I'm tempted to shave. I shaved my hat, let them shave my beard when I was in the hospital. But I did. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you a minute about stuff I've become really acutely aware of while I was in there. There was people in there a lot worse than me. There was a lady in a room across the hall from me. I don't know what her story was, but her daughter stayed in there a lot with her. I don't know if she was sleeping there or not, but she was always there. Always there. And Chris, that friend of mine in there, she told me something about it, but I couldn't understand what she was saying. I may ask her again away from there, but anyway, a lot of older men fall. I suspect women fall too. But these men, they would come in there and they would, because old men, when they fall, most of the time they can't get up and walk away. And if somebody picks them up, they can't walk. And these guys, they are just devastated. They come in there and, man, they are really stressed that they can't walk. And one of the therapists told me, he said, what happens, you older guys, you get comfortable with the way you're moving and stuff, and you get careless and you fall. And most of the time you can't get up on your own, and when you do get up, you can't walk. Makes a lot of sense to me, but most of these guys come in there and I just see it on their face. I seen one guy had just come in there. His wife was sitting in there and he was crying and saying, why can't I walk? It just made me aware of a lot of stuff. Because when I first went in there the first couple of days, I was ticked. I didn't want to stay there. I wanted to go home. I didn't like the way they did the therapy and all that stuff. However, that lady, there's two lady friends that was in there. That one I had known for 20, 25 years. The other one I had known practically all her life when she was a little girl. It kind of lifted my spirits a little bit. And one day, I had to go take a dump, a poop. I was sitting in my wheelchair. I pushed the call, but they don't let you do nothing on your own there. I pushed the call button. Well, nobody came for about 30 to 45 minutes. And one thing led to another, and I had to go. I couldn't hold it any longer. And excuse the language, I shit sitting there in my wheelchair. And it was runny, it was loose, and you had to wear diapers in there all the time. And it was running up my back, down underneath and everything. And finally Chris showed up. She'd been busy with another patient. And I said, too late, I done it done. She said, well, I'll get you cleaned up. I didn't like that, but she took me to what they call the big bathroom. It's where they take you if you want to take a shower or get in the tub. I wanted to get in the tub while I was there, but I didn't get a chance to do it. I would love to have got in the tub and soaked. But she took me to the big bathroom. They got a toilet that sits there against the wall and hanging on the wall, and there's rails there and everything. And I knew it was going to be a mess. And I stood up, she jerked my pants down, took my diaper off, and had me turn around. I didn't think I could turn around. But I turned around and plopped down on that toilet. And like I said, the crap was everywhere. It was everything. And when I got done and stood back up and I turned around and I seen that toilet, it was all over the place. And I'm like, Lord have mercy. Don't worry, Russell, I'll clean it up. Well, but she had me moving around in a way that I didn't think I could do. So she kind of got me started putting forth more effort. And that started me on the road to recovery, right, if you can call it recovery. But, folks, it was a mess. It was a mess. But by then, I was used to her wiping my butt and cleaning me up and all. Even that time I did it in the bed. And that time I did it in the wheels. That's the only time I had accidents like that. But they always, every time they come in there, if you lay in the bed or something, they'll pull the covers back and check your diapers to see if it's wet. Well, it didn't feel wet to me, but just about every time they checked them, you're wet, gotta change it. Oh my! But they didn't let you do anything on your own. They didn't give you the opportunity to wipe your own. They wiped your butt for you. Now, I got spoiled because I have a hard time cleaning myself when I take a dump. But they just made it easy. I just stand there and get my butt wiped and wiped good. Oh my God. But the first couple of days I hated it. But after that, every day I liked it a little bit better than a little. Even the food started tasting better. I don't know that it was getting better, But I know one thing, that last day I was there, I got to eat breakfast, but I didn't get no lunch or supper because I was gone by the time lunch come around. But that night for supper on the menu was crab legs. I'm like, holy cow. And that's when I still thought I was going home on Tuesday. And then they come in there, well, you going home today? There went my crab legs. I don't know how much it would have been or whether it was still in the shell. I don't know. But I just noticed thing, and there was one guy in there named Henry. That sucker he wouldn't talk to you, but he'll sure enough cuss you out in good plain English. I mean up one side and down the other. Named Henry. I felt sorry for him because they couldn't send him home because nobody wanted him. I don't know what they're going. He'll probably go upstairs to that third floor where people are there long term. But Henry would cuss you out. But there's a lot of other people. This one lady, I see her come by my door, and she could just barely move that wheelchair, but she'd go from one end of the hall to the other. There was another guy that really took care of his wife. He'd come there, he'd have supper with her, he'd have lunch with her, he would bring it. Most of the time he was bringing KFC chicken. And your heart went out to him, you know, because me, I didn't have a wife. I had my daughter and I had my grandsons. And my daughter just about came every morning right by breakfast or just a little before breakfast with a good cup of coffee from Wawa and a cup, what they call a smoothie. So, of course, when she's come in with that, I didn't eat my breakfast. I had that smoothie and that cup of coffee. And I was so dang glad to see her every morning. But she come in there, she took care of me, and it just, I feel so useless. I feel like I'm something they have to put up with, but she assures me that there's not like that. But I feel useless because I can't, like this morning she comes in, first thing she's got to do when she gets home from work is make a pot of coffee for me. And I'll drink 3 cups of coffee out of that pot during the day. I've already had 2. And she tends to make me too much food. She come in yesterday morning and fried me 3 eggs, 3 sausage patties, and coffee. That was too much. I'm not used to eating that much. I don't want that much anymore. I've lost down to 238 pounds. That's, I hadn't weighed that little in many, many years. I only weighed 220 when I got married, but 238 pounds. And I wouldn't have known it, but when Chrissy took me in there and I had that major dump cleaning me up and everything, there's a chair thing sitting there, they sit you in it and it weighs you. And she said, "Russell, you want to weigh?" I said, well, I weigh 255. She said, well, I can sit you in there and weigh and see what you weigh now. She sat me in that thing and weighed me and looked at it, and she said, what do you think you weigh? I said, maybe 245. She said, 238 pounds. And I'm like, I said, holy shit. Are you kidding me? No, it's 230. She showed me 238 pounds. I couldn't believe it. I would like to maintain, I would like to lose about 10 more pounds. I don't know if I can or not. But the first day I got home, I pigged out. She stopped and got a big order of Kentucky Fried Chicken. And I ate 4 pieces of chicken, mashed potatoes and gravy and biscuits. I pigged out. I pigged out. But I was craving a lot of stuff. I drank a lot of milk that day. And she's out of milk right now. I need to tell her, because I love milk. But I can't eat or drink as much as I used to. But as you can see in that last video, I went and seen Tracy, the lady that kissed me on the cheek when she come to see me. But I couldn't show her face. She don't like for me to take of her face. I've got to figure out how to take my videos showing stuff instead of pointing down and cooking and all that way. But let me see, I need to look at that thing and see what, I don't want to go more than about 30 minutes. I've only been talking 17 minutes. But my plan is, I'm gonna, all these wires and electrical stuff that I've got out here, I'm gonna gather all that up, the motors. I ain't gonna take nothing apart. And take them to the scrap yard. I ain't got no spending money right now, so I need to get some. I'm gonna take that composter I got back there that they give me Christmas 2 years ago. I'm gonna sell that. I'm gonna see if I can get $25 for it. I'm still gonna take my computers and stuff. I'm gonna take those apart. I wonder if that light works. I need an extra light in my room. But anyhow, that's the plan. I'm gonna get on my scooter and ride around there and look at that wire and everything I got. I got a bunch of wire down here in the floor. The wire used to be about $1 a pound. It may be more than that now. The insulated wire, you know, it's just stuff. It's stuff like that. It's just I cut off of a vacuum cleaner. You have to cut the plugs off. But I got a bunch of that wire laying here. I got a bunch in my bedroom. We'll take all that apart. And I'm not gonna take it apart. I'm gonna take it to the scrap yard and get some spare money. I wish I could talk her into getting rid of this aquarium. We don't need it. I'm throwing away a lot of stuff. I'm almost tempted That's a good little saw right there. Maybe I won't get rid of it. I don't know. I don't think I'll ever use them again. But I got 3 here. My heat gun I'm gonna keep. But this thing here's got to go out to the dumpster. What is that doing in there? If I'm going to the scrapyard, I might as well. Wait a minute. What is all that doing in there? That's gum. I'm gonna have to check that bag and see what they've thrown away. I don't know what. Well, there's one of them balls I need. I need these bottles when I mix my drinks, and I don't mix them. Full. I'll take a bottle and I'll do it. I'll do the bottles full strength, then I'll pour half in another bottle and then fill them up with water. All right, I think my daughter just pulled up. Yeah, my daughter. There comes my 6'2", 15-year-old. GoPro stop recording. Well, I just went through this garbage bag and I found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of my bottles. I don't know why they threw them away. They wasn't hurting anything. And that's what I use to mix my drinks in. Cause I take 4 bottles. I take 4 bottles and mix the drink full strength. And then I pour half of those bottles, half into the other 4 bottles. Then I fill them all 8 up with water, the rest of the way with water. That way they're only half strength. I don't like them full strength. Half strength's fine with me. But man, you have to watch them. I hate to say that, but man, you do. I'm gonna ride around back in a minute. I'm gonna look at that wire. What have we got here? I gotta watch my time. Oh, that's only a couple of minutes. But all them, I'm not gonna be selling anything on eBay anymore. Got a bunch of stuff on there. Them dishes out. I don't know where she got them, but she wants to throw them away. You know, when we first moved here over 2 years ago, somebody went in the house and stole all my wife's china. every piece. It was all boxed up. She brought them over. She hadn't unboxed them yet. What's that, another bag of trash?
Yes. Don't stop. Don't get in the way.
Uh-huh.
Don't get in the way. Can you move?
You need to take that on out right.
That's what I'm doing. I need you to move.
Okay, why do I need to move?
Because it's heavy. I have to drag it.
I'm in the way. I'm gonna be picking up a lot of stuff. You have a good day?
Yes.
You have a good day? Tom?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You know, that's some heavy wire. I'm gonna have to get somebody here to hold that straight while I pull it out of there. Wire over there. There's some heavy duty stuff here. So, I got a bunch of motor. I got a motor I need to take out of that fan. Some motor to take out of that fan. Let me go over there and see. See what's over there. I'll turn it on for us. All right. One motor. Two motors. Three motors. I can't. 4 motors, 5 motors, 6 motors. 6 motors there. Some of them are heavy duty. Question is, can I do it? Well, knocking these motors loose, that ain't no big thing. But get my hammer and go after them, and it's sure. And there's some wire in there. There's some wire in there. I may have $30, $35 worth of stuff here. I'm going. Now, that windmill up there, she needs to get that out here in the yard where it belongs. Yes, she does. Wow. Folks, I think I got something. I'm not sure what it is. But it happens when I'm eating sometimes. And now it happens about once every day. I start eating, and then all of a sudden I get this. I'm thinking about. I'm still hurting from eating. And I get a lot of gas coming up. Is that acid reflux? What the heck is that? But it's really. It takes me about an hour to get over it. It just gets right in here and it hurts to swallow food or swallow saliva. I don't know what it is. I ain't got a clue. I ain't never had that problem before. I just, boy, I wonder, hold on a minute.
So eventually, we have enough to make a full set of titanium armor, which is made entirely of Tuco's grill. We of course make the Ranger set, as we were going to be using and abusing this blowpipe for as long as it still kicks harder than a Taekwondo master off of 12 gas station elephant tusk body enhancement pills. We quickly shimmer our warrior emblem into a Ranger emblem, then promptly head down to our unofficial Waffle Time Inc. manual
I got.
to begin our great mimic pursuits through our trials of getting
This is for stomach upset.
we see our crystal darts are doing
I don't know
against the mobs around us.
if that'll help or not, but I'm gonna find out.
We managed to get all of the components we need to get the accessories that would thoroughly and effectively
I'm gonna find out.
the accessories being the star veil as well as the charm of myths. It's become
Probably won't help.
we're just in great fear of what I was
Cause this is not the stomach, this right here.
potioned on them. We of course reforge our gear before making a tremendous arena capable
Oh.
of using our favorite metallic meat holder, Vice Gripper 9000, as well as Austin Powers' dream come true. Once it turns day, we spend a brief moment in the above ground hollow, clipping the wings off of pixies, transforming them from glowing flies into glowing walks, and taking all of their pixie dust to, you guessed it,
I don't know.
this goddamn set of wings in existence. After grinding the those bad boys out, we hit the skies and take out the rage of our wife and
I don't know.
gambling addiction on some souls and to wipe that goddamn smug look right out of their disease-ridden faces.
Man.
Imagine that. It's called dedication. Ever heard of it? I shake every morning because of how excited I am. And realizing we got a giant harpy feather along the way, craft up harpy wings instead to gain respect from
But it's maybe it's because I eat too fast. I don't know. Anybody know? I'll tell you what. It hurts pretty bad, especially if I try to. One day at the rehab, I was eating supper, and it was a supper I really liked, and there was milk, and I got halfway through that, and I had to quit eating. It hurts so bad. And you burp up gas. I don't think that's gonna help.
spasmodism so as to slowly make red
I want to tell you about one of my physical therapists I had.
personal now. We dodge up and down so we can evade the attack slot.
His name was Eddie.
An entire goddamn panzer. Soon enough, we realized our Girardi darts were working.
And they had two therapists named Eddie.
And we have no choice left.
There was Eddie, and then there was the little black dude, Eddie with the dreadlocks.
Definitely an ass clutcher.
He come in there. I was really pissed off one day because I didn't get no therapy all day, and they kept telling me they get me that, and never happened.
Because he can't speak. He attempts to shoot.
I was sitting there eating supper,
We laugh in his face, masking the fact that we are hanging on.
and that's when I got this
Eventually, though, we work his health all the way down until he
whatever.
brother bursts into a pile of scrap metal, which we'll be using to make
And I
chests
stopped
for
eating.
NPCs. If we can't have
And around 7 o'clock,
rid that fight like with a fire under our asses in a way like we've never done before. We actually did that with a blow. With this fire reddening our cheeks as we sleep all the way until
this little black dude walked in
with our least favorite boss, Skeletor.
with dreadlocks,
Process here is simple. Use the dark
not down to his ass,
We'll try and ingest in a moment.
but below his ass.
We can, as well as take this absolute imbecile to the
I didn't know what this guy wanted.
crippling amount of hits, but keep flying in circles around his blemish-ridden forehead to evade
He said, I need to take you downstairs to the
nurse nearby was able to heal and get back into battle quickly while staying fairly calm, not panicking in the slightest.
to the gym. I said, you're a therapist? He said, yes, I am.
Practice and meditation and clear
I said, what's your name? He said, Eddie.
keep gunning as much as we can. Heal at the nurse
I said,
our goddamn lives, rinse and repeat, without destroying 80 various stages. We can help the getting shockingly low, and without skipping a beat, we take him out entirely, reducing him to skin that'll be melted down and refashioned to be a variety of sizes of very
Man.
specific kinds of plugs. And I am not talking about for a wall outlet. We have one
so we went downstairs,
we need to take him on, not only to
and I was mad at the therapist because they hadn't been walking me.
get our revenge for getting the
And Eddie with the dreadlock took me downstairs and put me on that thing and you walk across, it's got rails, and walked me across that and then had me walk backwards on it. Then he put me on a walker and had me walk. So that's the first time any of the therapists had actually walked me. And I just feeling I love that guy. I plan on staying in touch. He's a wonderful person with dreadlocks down below his butt. That kind of helped. But his name was Eddie. Eddie with the dreadlocks. And he even, it was 2 or 3 times he come in there to see me when he didn't have me on his schedule. When he was off work, he'd come in there and see me 2 or 3 times. Nice guy. I like that therapist better than any of them. The other Eddie was okay. And Tracy was okay. Tracy was gay. I guess that's what you call him. He liked the guys. But he was a good therapist. He walked me with a walker. But they had this one girl in there, I call her, she was about 25 or 30. I liked her. She she was a hottie. I told her one day, I said, you know, think back, did you ever have any obnoxious little boy chasing you around the schoolyard? I said, well, if the years had been right, I would have been that obnoxious little boy chasing you around the schoolyard. I liked her. I liked her. But, and Chris knew it, my friend that I known all them years, She knew it. She went and told her, said, he's got the hots for you. But she was nice. She was nice. Very attractive. And thank God she never had to clean me up or anything. That would have been totally embarrassment. Oh Lord, that's still hurting a little bit. Anyway, guys, what is that like acid reflux? I've heard of acid reflux, but it hurts me to swallow. Every time I swallow it, it hurts me right down in here. It'll go away, and it'll probably go away in the next 10 or 15 minutes. Anyway, folks, that's my story today, and I'm sticking to it. And for God's sakes, folks, if you're up in age a little bit, don't get too comfortable moving around and doing your thing, going to the bathroom, taking a shower. Be careful, because that falling is terrible, especially when you can't get up. And that other day when I fell, I thought all I had to do, they called the emergency people to come get me up. They couldn't get me up. And I thought they was going to pick me up and set me in my wheelchair and I was going my happy-dory way. But no, sir. They said something's wrong and took me to the hospital, and sure enough, I had this kidney infection, and it was a nasty infection. They actually had a PICC line in my arm. Do you know what a PICC line is? Because they had to keep me on antibiotics when I went over to the rehab, and that's what that PICC line was for. And matter of fact, they didn't take it out till the day I left that morning. That morning, they took me to the doctor. When they take you to a doctor and you're in rehab, they wheel you out in your wheelchair into this vehicle. It's got a handicap ramp and all that stuff, and buckles you down and everything. And they took me to a doctor, and they had to take the PICC line out. Man, I wish I'd ease off. Anyway, folks, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And if you know anything about this acid reflux, tell me. But yeah, I'm sticking to my story, folks. See you in the next one. See ya.